Hi everyone, it's Miss Kate.
And Miss Hazel.
Hi. Hey, we keep talking about different ways to do paper mache in our videos, and so today we're going to show you two other ways, other than our plaster strips that we love. The first one is using flour and water. There are some recipes that call it, have you boil things on the stove. You don't really need to with this one. So this recipe is 1 part flour to 2 parts water. So for instance, I have a cup of flour in here. I'm going to put it in my bowl, and then I'm going to add in 2 cups of water. So here's my water. I'm going to measure out 2 cups right in there, and then I'm going to whisk it up with my favorite whisk.
Oh, it's so exciting.
My friend Liz gave me this whisk. It was her dad's, and I love this whisk. It's the best one ever. So I'm going to take my whisk in my bowl, and I'm going to whisk it up until it's not lumpy anymore. That's really what you're going for. You might have a few lumps because you get tired of doing this, but really that's all you need to do. It's so great. And there it is. And you want it to be like, well, about that thick. You don't want it to be so thick that it's hard to put your newspaper in there. Just sort of, I wish I had a spoon. So anyway, you want it to be a little on the thin side. So that's why a 2-to-1 ratio is great. Okay, now here comes the fun part. I did one already. This kitty is still a little bit wet, but I'll show you what I did. I took a bottle, I made a head out of foil, and I kind of put it into the neck of the bottle, put some more foil around it, and taped everything on. Cut out some ears from a cereal box and a tail from the cereal box. And then I started, I will tell you, it got a little wet, so you may want to use something else, but that's what I used. Then, in order to use the strips, I've got a bunch of strips of newspaper. My brother Tom reads a lot of newspapers, and he gives us his newspaper that we like to use for almost everything. So this is something you could make at home because probably you have flour in your pantry.
Kate, can you move Kitty over?
I can't because you can't really see. Oh my gosh, sorry Kitty, you got to get out of the way. Okay. So again, oh, I forgot to put my gloves on again. I was going to wear my gloves. Oh my gosh, I put my gloves right here so I wouldn't get so messy. But
loves a messy project.
I do like the way this feels. Oh, also I learned something this morning. Some people don't really like the smell of water and flour mixed together. But you could do something like add in a spice. Like maybe you like the smell of cinnamon. You could just add cinnamon to your mixture and it would smell good. I was looking that up this morning because I know that some people don't like the smell of it, so I was trying to come up with an idea of what you could do. And I read that online, that you could use cinnamon or some other spice.
Do you think you could put a couple drops of like vanilla extract or something like that? Or would the
you
liquid
could.
throw your recipe off?
I don't actually know that. I didn't try, so I don't know.
Oh.
But I don't mind the smell of this, so I just go with this.
Yes. Also, if it smelled really yummy, somebody might try to, if you had a little sibling,
some might eat it,
they might try to lick your paper mache.
So I'm smoothing this down as I go, but that's the recipe, and then you could do anything you want with that. And I'm going to show you another recipe. I'm not going to cover this whole thing. I'm going to show you part of this, and then I'm going to go, oh, I really made a mess. Okay, so our next recipe, I'm going to move this one. Our next recipe calls for glue. Isn't that funny? If you have glue in your house, I put a little bit of glue. So this is school glue, like Elmer's glue or some other brand. It could be any brand, but school glue is what we're using for this. So I put a little bit in the bottom of this cup. I'm adding water. Oh, I don't know if you can see that I'm adding water. So I'm adding water like this. And it's like maybe a little less than half again as much water.
So
like
2 parts of glue, 1 part water?
Yes. And if it seems like it's too thick, add more water. If it feels too, and it's really just by feel. If it feels too thin, add more glue. Super easy recipe. This is not an exact one. This is just how you do it. So I've mixed in all the water into the glue.
We just call it gluey water.
Yeah, it's an easier name than anything else, right? Okay, I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to go just walk right by those things because I didn't use them. And now I'm going to take paper towels. Paper towels take a long time to dry, but they're very fun to use. If you had a bigger bowl, it'd be easier for you. But I'm going to put this in. I'm going to let it get soaked. I'm going to pull it back out, oops, and squeeze out most of the water, most of the gluey water from this. You can see it's messy, which is why I should have worn my gloves.
Oh, but you're so happy.
I know, I like it. Okay, and then I'm going to open it up, and I'm just going, now, so I'm doing a combo on this one. I'm going to wrap it onto my bottle cap here, and then smooth that down.
It's like a little blanket.
It is like a little blanket. And I would cover it just like I would have, like with the newspaper. I would cover the whole cat with this and do a couple of layers of it. And then, except it's not really going on very well.
And you can rip your paper towel into smaller bits, right?
Yes, that would have been much easier right there. Like here's, I'm ripping into smaller pieces because some of those pieces are going to need to go in other spots. Okay. And I'm just going to keep doing that, smoothing it on, making it look like a really nice cat. And when I'm all done covering the whole thing, I'm going to look and make sure I didn't miss any spots. I'm going to put my hands in the glue and actually add some more glue to it. I'm going to
smoothing it all down.
Smoothing it all down. And when it's all covered, I'm going to put it outside in the sun and I'm going to let it dry completely. Because then you can come back and paint it. And that is super fun.
I have another crazy question.
What?
Could you use newspaper strips in gluey water?
Yes, you could. I'll show you right now.
Oh,
I'm taking my
crazy.
strip of newspaper and I'm putting it into the glue.
Oh.
This is going to be combo cat because he's got all sorts of things on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then, yep, it works just the same way. And now I've got glue and flour and newspaper and paper towels on my cat. And when it's all done, I will paint it. And it's going to go up on our shelf. So in another video, make sure you look for the cats on the shelf, okay? All right. Do you have any other questions, Miss Hazel?
Well, no, but I learned a lot today. Thanks, Miss Kate.
Oh, you're so welcome. I have to get all this glue off my hands now. Okay, bye, everyone. Remember, if you like this, subscribe to our channel. Check out all our other videos. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Alameda Arts Fun. Thanks a lot. See you next time.
Bye, friends.